Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Whew. Hope you guys all had a wonderful New Year's. Hope you got to spend it with friends and family and start this year off right because it is a brand new decade. I am excited about this year and this next 10 years. Hopefully, I'll be here for all 10 of them. And as we start this new decade, unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys are still dealing with the problems from last decade. I wish I knew what the Cowboys were doing. But one thing I guess we can say is apparently Josh McDaniels may not be in the mix for the Dallas Cowboys. There may not be an interest there, which actually I'm kind of happy about. I'm not sold on Josh McDaniels. His record is under, I think it's like 3.8% when he was with Denver. It seemed like he just did not quite have it. And you look at Bill Belichick coaches, they don't have a great track record out there. I mean, you look at, Matt Patricia was supposed to be the hot candidate, and you look at what he's done with the Lions over 2 years. Not exactly earth shattering. And, of course, there's others. Romeo Crennel, there's Al Groh, there's Mangenius. But the only one that's done anything, at least, would be the Texans coach, and he's getting Deshaun Watson killed out there. But anyway, it's the end of day number 3 in the Jason Garrett saga. And tomorrow, there's another meeting planned to meet with Jason Garrett. I don't understand it personally because it seemed to me very cut and dry. You put on the table Super Bowl or bust. We must do better than what we did the year before. Seems pretty easy to me because you look at that as a criteria and you then follow it up by what happened. I think last year, this time, we were getting ready for the Seahawks. This year, this time, well, we're not. Our season is over before the new year. We had 2 more weeks last year. So unless we're in an alternate universe where things are backwards, that is worse than you did last year. And it's certainly not Super Bowl, unless he was saying that Jason Garrett's got to buy Super Bowl tickets for everybody. In which case, then I guess it could be that way. So we know Josh McDaniels has been given permission to talk with the Panthers, the Giants, and the Browns. And it seems like the New York Giants are doing their due diligence. We know they're going to talk tomorrow to Chris Richard. They're going to be talking to Josh McDaniels. They're going to be talking to, from Green Bay. Having a brain fart. So they're looking hard to find a coach. Browns, we heard that, Matt Rule, they wanted to talk to him. We also heard that now, of course, they want to talk to Josh McDaniels. They're doing their due diligence. Panthers, same thing. Whereas the Dallas Cowboys, well, we're waiting. And waiting. And waiting to make a move. The only thing I can think of is that the Dallas Cowboys already have the person that they want in place. And because Jason Garrett's contract technically does not end until January 14th, or they're trying to find a job for him to do. That's why you're meeting with him again. I don't know, after 2-hour meetings, what else is there to discuss if you're not coming back? He was. I thought he just went back up. My wife's looking for the dog who was just down here. So, I don't know what they're doing. But I guess we should trust the process and applaud them when they do something. We have so much work to do. And I know it seems like, there's plenty of time. It's the off season. But understand, I believe around March 13th, March 15th, somewhere in there, the league year starts. I got to look it up. And before that, early March, like 1st or 2nd, you have to start figuring out who's going to be tagged. So we're talking about January, February, 2 months. You got to know who you want to have in here. So if you're going to get a deal done for Dak, and I would advise them to get a deal done with Dak, you could have saved yourself about $7 million had you done it this time last year. If you decide I'm going to franchise tag him, you're going to pay about $30+ million anyway this year, and then you're going to pay even more after Pat Mahomes gets his deal. So get this thing done. Get Dak Prescott feeling good about where he is and playing with reckless abandon because he's not worried about his future. Get these things solved. Get a coach in place so you know what kind of system you're going to run. If you're going to fire everybody and hire new people, start getting them in place so that way you can start figuring out what you're going to do, because you've got 26 free agents that come March 13th or so are eligible to go out in the streets. And you need to get deals in place. So you need to know, am I running the Tampa 2 defense again? Or am I going to change to something else? What kind of players fits the system of the new guys coming in? We don't have time to waste. The offseason is where champions are built. And you're taking 4 days now, come tomorrow, minimum, to figure out which guy you want for head coach. Excuse me. If you want to get rid of your current head coach before you move on to getting another coach. It's freaking ridiculous. So, tomorrow we'll be back on Jason Garrett Watch to see, is tomorrow the day? Will Jason Garrett be fired? Will Jason Garrett go to the front office? Or will we just schedule another meeting for Friday? Hell if I know. If you know, let me know. Oh, I know what I meant to add. The Dallas Cowboys have that ex-girlfriend syndrome. You know what I mean? They may not want you, but they don't want anybody else to have you. You follow me? Because take a look at what they've done with, say, Dez Bryant. I say Dez Bryant was done as far as Stephen Jones was concerned before free agency. But yet the Dallas Cowboys waited and they waited and they waited and they waited before they made a move. And they hamstrung him from getting another gig. Hence, he finally signed in the middle of the year with the Saints, ruptured his Achilles, never played for him. Tony Romo, same kind of a deal. They kept waiting and waiting and waiting to do something until he finally said, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and retire. And so you have to wonder, as you hear Josh McDaniels being looked at Carolina, at Cleveland, at New York. You hear about Chris Richard interviewing with New York. All these jobs, there's not that many this year. Already the Redskins are filled. What they've done, or they're doing, is they're preventing Jason Garrett from having an opportunity. So if the Giants really were the place he wanted to go, it may not be available by the time the Cowboys make a decision. So in essence, are the Cowboys making sure that Jason Garrett doesn't get a job? You tell me. But you know what time it is. It's time to turn out the lights. This party's over. I got to go down the country tomorrow and take my dump trailer down there and do some work, so I'm going to be on the road. So it may take a little time for me to upload. So if something happens with Jason Garrett, I know about it. It just may take some time to get it to you guys. And today was the last bit of food debauchery. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to get back on keto, and we're going to start doing some more keto videos again. And that's all I got to say about that. So as always, friends, I got to turn out the lights. Welcome to 2020. I'll see you guys first thing in the morning before I hit the road. Happy New Year, everybody.